Hi, it's Libby, and thanks again for watching my video on how I meal plan for my family. This system has literally taken loads of stress off me because I'm not left at the end of the day wondering what I'm going to cook for my family, and instead I have healthier options to choose from for every meal. So I'm going to take you step by step how I do the whole process. Now, as a mom, my toughest meal of the day is at the end of the day. So the kids have homework and chores, we have activities, and sometimes I walk in the door and it's like 5 or 6 o'clock at night. And I honestly used to dread it because I wouldn't have anything planned, and then I would find myself going through the drive-in before I got home or ordering out sometimes 2 to 3 times a week. It was expensive and unhealthy. So what I found is that if I was willing to plan in advance and do a little prep work, and when I knew what I was going to cook ahead of time, it made life easier. I felt good about what I was feeding my family, and I actually lowered my monthly grocery budget. So I'm going to take you through the process step by step, so just bear with me. So the first thing I want you to do is print out the month calendar. It's in our group. And write down everything you got going on for the month. I mean, your doctor's appointments, your kids' activities, family events, everything. This is the time you sit down and really work out what your schedule is going to look like, because what your schedule looks like is going to dictate what meals you make and when. Okay? And then I want you to print off the crock-pot recipes that I gave you, and also collect all your other favorite recipes, your kind of tried and trues, healthy versions. Here's the crock-pot recipes. I have a bunch of other recipes, and I actually keep all my recipes in a binder. You can see here, I've been doing this for a while. I like to cook. I actually collect them. They're tabbed out. You can do it, divide them with tabs or dividers, or put it into a folder, however you want. And you just keep this with you, and you pull it out once a week. So now, again, you take a look at your calendar, and based on what you have going on that day, pick a dinner recipe and write it at the bottom of that day of the week. You can see there's a little spot for it. So on the days that I know I'm going to get back to the house late, I pick a crock pot meal or something that I'm throwing in the pot in the morning, or that I can just heat up as soon as I get home, and boom, you're done. So in my other fitness and nutrition challenges, I give you a complete meal plan for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it's all figured out for you. But here you actually get to choose your favorite recipes and include them in your plan, because every day is not going to be a crock pot day, right? So think to yourself, for instance, if you have a kid's soccer game, or like in my case, piano and gymnastics after school, and we don't get home till sometimes 6:20, wouldn't it be easier on those days to have something in the crock pot? So when you walk in the door, your house smells fabulous. It's already cooked, you're ready to go, and all you have to do is maybe, make a quick salad, or cook some rice, or maybe add a roll, or some, raw vegetables or cooked vegetables, whatever you want to do. Just keep it simple. So once you have your calendar done and your recipes assigned, now I usually do about a week at a time. Some people do 2 weeks, and you can even do 4 if you're feeling really awesome. You get all that assigned, all that planned out. The next most important thing to do each week is to look in your pantry and freezer to see what you already have. So how many times have you bought a double of something only to have it go bad? Or you look back in there and you're like, oh, I didn't realize it was there. It's just a waste of food. It's money sitting in your pantry. Okay? So then you'll get your recipes out, and one at a time, go through your ingredients and start writing them into different categories on your shopping list. So here's your shopping list right here. So literally you lay the shopping list right next to all your recipes. You go through, here's, say for instance, a recipe for my chicken. You go through the ingredients. You need 10 boneless, skinless chicken breasts, the taco seasoning, diced onion, fire roasted tomatoes, and you just write each of those ingredients in the different categories, okay? So for each night, you do that for dinner first until you have all your ingredients divided out. Then I go on to lunch. So lunch is really easy for me because I usually drink my Shakeology, and I make it the same way most days with some coconut milk and almond butter, and I blend it up. So I just write that on there, unless I already have some from last week. Then I go to breakfast. So I usually give myself about 2 to 3 options for breakfast. I'm sort of obsessed with eggs in any way. So I'll whip up a veggie scramble, or I put eggs on corn tortillas with salsa or hot sauce. I love oatmeal with fruit, or maybe a Greek yogurt parfait or something like that with warm berries. There's lots of options for breakfast, but I stick to 2 to 3. And then I put all those ingredients on my grocery list. And then you start adding all your other snacks or miscellaneous items that your family is going to need for the week. So like in my family's case, we need lots of fruits and vegetables for kids' lunches, and we actually make our own power bars and things like that for the kids to take to school for snack. So add those to your list. All right. So you got your grocery list, you got your recipes, you got your calendar. Now you're off to the grocery store. What's the big trick here? Don't buy what's not on your list. I promise you, you will save so much money over time by doing this. Don't buy those potato chips. Don't buy the ice cream. Think about saving the ice cream and the potato chips for a treat or a special family night out. And do not, I repeat, do not go to the store hungry. You will eat everything in sight. Take it from experience. Another tip for you is to shop the perimeter of the store. All the processed foods that are high in fat and sugar are going to be in the center of the store. You start on the perimeter and only go in the center of the store for your specific items on your list. Stick to your list. I used to just go up and down all the aisles, whether I needed something or not. And you know what? I would buy stuff I didn't need. So next, you want to have a night of the week that you set for prep. Now, in my house, we prep usually on Saturdays or Sundays. We'll make our list. I'll go to the grocery store, and then as soon as I come back, I start prepping. We make waffles, cook up some rice or quinoa, we make batches of chicken, things like that. And that helps, with your husband, if he does go to work, or your spouse, that they can take some of those things to work, and they're going to cut down on their lunch budget, because we were spending like $8 to $10 a day in dining out costs. That's a lot of money a month. So lastly, don't be afraid to try something new. A new recipe, you can find it on Pinterest. Eating vegetarian once a week, you can eat fish once a week. The more varied your diet is, the healthier you will be. And if you have small children like I do, and they get used to trying new things, you'd be amazed at what they will eat. My kids actually eat Brussels sprouts, but it took a while. Okay, I kept trying them out, and finally they decided they like them. So I hope this system helps you as much as it's helped me and my family. And just know that it takes time to get the hang of this. And if you do it one week and then struggle the next, don't beat yourself up about it. Just focus on that next good decision and focus on progress, not perfection. That is the goal here. So thank you so much for listening, and have a great day.